Hello everyone, I am Tessellating Hexagons, back with another serving of another code. In the last episode, we were just about to make some actual progress with the story, but then we found Matt, who'd wandered off, found him in front of the clock tower where he was told specifically to not go, then he caught a cold, then it started to rain, and then we spent like 20 minutes trying to work out how to cure him. And it turns out, we need some red herbage with an H. It's not pronounced herb, it is herb. Get good, America. And we also need pure water from somewhere. But it's not as easy as it sounds. Because as you will have seen in the opening synopsis thing, she advised, she being Charlotte Graham, who lives in this plantation. I keep calling it plantation, it's more of an allotment. It's not really a plantation. I love how the lampposts just wiggle into view, by the way. But yeah, she told us to get water from Lake Juliet. But as we've discovered in the past, I don't remember when it was, but we recently discovered that Lake Juliet is, well, the water's acidic because it's been poisoned. No, polluted, that's the word. So, we can't use that water. Presumably, the tap water around here isn't adequate either because, in some form or another, it will have been drawn from Lake Juliet, and even if you filter it, it wouldn't have the necessary nutrients in it, because Charlotte explained to us, I'm going to keep calling her Charlotte because she's bloody annoying with her, oh, you should call me by my surname even though you don't know my surname yet. And that's not a kettle! I did realise it's sort of a contradiction in terms in the last episode, that, well, I mean, the kettle I have is made of plastic, but that's a thermosetting plastic. It's a heat-proof plastic rather than that flimsy clear shit. Honestly, you Americans have no idea how to do tea. But anyway, we were told that by pure water, we need water that's not only pH neutral or pH 7, although she wouldn't have said it in those terms because she's one of those people who's too old for science. Or, I don't know, that's what the stereotypes would have you believe anyway, but we're told that it has to be pH neutral and also be full of various minerals. And that rules out the lake water because it's acidic, because it's been polluted. That also rules out the tap water around here because that will have been filtered out, and that will, well, it will have been drawn from the lake, so it's already polluted, but then artificially filtered so that it's pH neutral, but it's still missing some of its like natural minerals. And so you might wonder, well, why am I going out of my way like this? And my reasoning is, oh, that's not the path I thought it was. Why am I going all the way back here? Well, there's only one body of water in the entire resort that has the necessary minerals. We did see a small pond outside the photographer's hut, but that's a pond. The water will have stagnated, and so it can't be fresh. The only fresh water to be found here is in this river, because it's a stream that it's a tributary to Lake Juliet, which means that it's upstream from the pollution. It's so clear you can see through to the bottom, and it's flowing. It's flowing water, so I wouldn't trust this water personally because it's probably got, like, natural dirt in it and stuff, but I'm guessing that kettle, which isn't a kettle, probably has, like, a water filter in it, so we can assume that we can at least filter out the dirt. But the point is, that's flowing water, i.e. not stagnant, and it's upstream from the lake's pollution, so we don't have to worry about it being polluted, so therefore, that's the reasoning there. The lake's too polluted, the tap water's too filtered. This is the only right answer. Because I'll show it on the way past, because there's that other pond outside. What's his name? Not Gilbert Gottfried. Mr. Photography ass guy. You can see it on the map there, that little oval there. This little pond here. It's a pond. Nothing flows into it. The water is stagnant. It's a large puddle. So it's pretty and it's scenic, but it's probably also rather muddy and also probably contains, like, animal feces and shit amongst... animal feces and shit, as if they're not the same thing. You know what I mean. The point is, that would be too unclean, so the river, the stream, whatever, is our only feasible option here. Which, I think the game wants you to work that out by process of elimination, but I'm not going to waste you guys' time by doing that, because I know what the answer is. And I've solved it for you without having to... I suppose the only thing that you missed by me doing this is the deductive reasoning that says, oh, you need to... It can't be the lake, it can't be that little pond, it can't be tap water. But I've saved you that step, because that would have been completely pointless, because we can just do it now. So let's have a look at the recipe. Put crushed red herbs into pure water and simmer in a pan. Oh no, we don't have a pan. Well, we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. That's sort of a really nice arrangement of those leaves. Almost looks like a Pokemon gym badge, but it would have like something in the middle. Or, actually, if you put like a couple of buttons on it, then it would look like the collectible secret thingies from Unraveled, is it called? I forget what it's called now. It's oh, fuck. Is it? No, it's not like Untangle, Unravel? That one with the little red demon thingy. And I just had to make sure you could hear the Wii Remote noises. So, that's one thing that I found with this game, and apparently I'm stirring the other way now. Oh, you could smash it as well! That works too. And now it's going clockwise. No, I'm stirring clockwise, and on screen it's happening anti-clockwise. Well, whatever. That's surprisingly one-to-one mortar and pestle controls for... Well, it's not perfect. It's not Skyward Sword levels of fuck, but, I mean, it's... Point is that was adequate controls. Tip the bowl over! Except it's just a preview, so it's not affected by gravity. Excuse me? You told me to combine them! Well, that's what we needed this pot for. Teehee. Now, you might think, oh, put the water in first, use it as a base, but if you're trying to dissolve anything in anything else, put the thing to be dissolved in first. I speak from experience when it comes to making tea and lemon tea, but, like, proper UK tea as well is an important step in this, because if you put the tea bag in first and then water on top, then that actually does part of the steeping process for you, whereas if you have hot water and then put a tea bag in it, you have to stir it quite a bit before it starts to do fucky things. Now, how do I know when it's boiled? Because... Well, it looks rightish. It's got some sort of... There's also sort of weird darkness in there, but I'm not sure. Anyway, I don't remember what happens if you use the wrong kind of water, but I think at this point it becomes obvious if you use the wrong water. So, there we go. We've managed to actually skip a substantial amount of the game by just thinking logically, because we know the lake water is polluted, and the tap water will have come from the lake anyway, and even if it wasn't, this task has been set to us by some keyboard smash. By some stereotypical old person who is like, oh no, modern day is shit because it wasn't the days of when I was young. You know, that sort of annoying rationale that makes no sense whatsoever. Oh, so... Now, I could make some joke about, oh, you're well enough to sit up, then you're well enough to go to school, because there are parents out there who employ that sort of logic where you're quite clearly ill, but, oh, you could do this menial task, therefore you're well enough to go to school. I don't know, I saw a Vine recently that took the piss out of that mentality, so that's why it's fresh in my head. Oh, just drink it, it'll restore your HP. Your H. McPeingtons. When was the last time I said that? What was the context for that matter? Who's peeing on my H's? Does it taste like death? I thought it would be. It's because it's fresh. It's made of flowing piss water and happy red cannabis. Well, it literally is. Come to think of it, it is literally tea. Well, herbal tea anyway. It's not tea with a capital T, but it's herbal tea made with actual herbs and wild water. I suppose, be that as it may, that it's wild water from a stream. I mean, boiling it will have removed most of the impurities, and if Ashley served just the top, like, if she'd served it from the top of the pot, then it wouldn't have got any sediment in the cup, so I'd imagine that, yeah, it probably would be adequately drinkable. I mean, it'd probably be too hot to drink, or, I don't know, I was talking about this on my weekly stream yesterday, because today's Thursday that I'm recording this. Now, he's going to take some time to heal, and I don't know what we do in the meantime, or maybe it just fades to black, I don't know. But yeah, I mentioned on a stream yesterday that when I drink tea, and this is referring to actual proper British person tea, but this applies to tea in general, I like to just drink it. I don't do the whole sipping slowly taking 45 minutes with a cup kind of bullshit. I just don't see how people can do that. I drink it just... I prefer tea being not lukewarm, but like adequately warm, but not scalding hot. And both my parents think I'm strange for it. Both my parents just drink tea when it's fucking boiling, and they do it a sip at a time and take bloody ages to do so. And like, that's... No, just drink it like a normal person. You're going to explain stuff that you don't technically know that I spent the first 5 minutes of this episode explaining while we were running back there? Well, come on, this is a fairly small resort. It's literally, like, a 2-minute kind of round trip. Oh yeah, there we go. That's the exact what we were told. I was just thinking, it reminds me of Undertale going from Asgore's throne room to Snowdin and back is a 5+ minute round trip. Whereas going to that stream and back is about 2 minutes, maybe 2.5. So... yeah, it's really not that far. I'm getting too wrapped up in him saying, oh, you went that far, and the conversation has already moved on. Which is basically conversing in a foreign language in a nutshell. I've had this experience as a speaker of foreign languages, and I'm sure other people have as well. I think my father has, and burp, yes. I'm sure others have too. Where, if you're surrounded by people who speak, like, if you're surrounded by people who speak a foreign language that you speak as a second language, by the time you've worked out what everyone's talking about, and you have something to say on the matter, they will have moved on and started talking about something else instead. Which reminds me of, apparently, my father has been in business meetings with Japanese, because he works for a Japanese company. And I part-time work for them as well sometimes. But yeah, sometimes he'll be in business meetings with Japanese people, and the Japanese people will be following with the conversation, and then every now and then, they'll forget a word for something, and then they'll like huddle over in a corner, and they'll say, sorry, Japanese, and then they'll start talking to each other in Japanese just to get each other on the same page. And I'm not trying to make a point by saying this is just a thing that I've heard of happening. I don't mind that that's a thing that happens. Like, I'm amused, but not in a taking the piss way. Like, more of a, oh, that's actually kind of a funny thing, I'd probably do the same thing, but I would feel kind of like I was being rude if I were to try it, but it isn't actually a rude thing, kind of. You know what I mean. Oh, so here we go, we have our next objective, anyway, while I'm reminiscing about Japanese people. So, while he's going and healing, we need to go and speak to Mrs. Graham. Not Cat Graham, though, because Charlotte does not have that power with you here. It's so electric, baby, what you do to me, I got that power with you here. Although that is a pretty good song, though, to be fair. Yes, that was an esoteric reference. No, I'm not going to apologise for it. Oh, that reminds me, I did say, because today I uploaded a vlog, which will have gone up yesterday if you watch this video the moment it comes out. But, This episode of Another Code is going to go up on the Friday, which... Wait, nearly overshot. I want to go down this path. Yeah. The 4 episodes after this one, I'm going to need to batch record, because I'm flying home for the spring/Easter break/whatever the fuck you want to call it. And, well, I can't bring the Wii and the Elgato down south with me. And that wouldn't be a problem for Master Quest, were it not for the fact that I've already recorded more than enough Master Quest to survive that trip. But I can't bring the Wii down with me because, well, you can't transfer save data, so... feel like moving, actually. Oh no, drama. But yeah, I won't be able to bring the Wii down, so I can't record this if I'm not here. Was it coming from in here? I heard relatively nearby noises. So it's not coming from... See, you made it look like it was coming from in there. Did it? And again, it reminds me of that game, and I can't remember whether it's called Unraveled or something else, and oh, hello. If you were turned into a piece of furniture or something, you would be a teapot. Just looking at your build. But yes, we do have business there, actually, Lavender Teapot Lady. Well, we are Purple Potato Person. Oh, again with the middle name! And I forget what I was just talking about. but I'm sure it was perfectly relevant. Oh yeah, so I can't take the Wii down south with me, and I can't bring my save file with me, so I can't record this one not here, so I did originally plan to batch record, like, this evening, but it's just gone 11 o'clock now, so I might record 1 or 2 more episodes after this, but I kind of need to make sure this is edited and uploaded, edited ready for upload tomorrow, so I don't know. Also, Lucy Graham, another Graham, the niece of Charlotte. See, I'm not sure how much I'm going to record tonight, but I need to make sure that I have stuff recorded, and I need to kind of stop worrying about it, because I'm efficient enough, I'll be fine! Everything will be fine! Anyway, it's kind of nice to hear that we're not the only ones who have problems with Charlotte's attitude. How rude of her. I just coughed, by the way. I wanted to say something valuable, but no, all that came to mind was a cough. And now I can't think of anything to say at all. Well, I mean, we said Ashley, but we also said our full fucking name. I'm surprised she didn't give her date of birth, her sexual orientation, and her blood type while she was at it. Hibiscosexual, because she's always got that one holding her boob. Oh no. Is it gonna be something like, don't say the word chihuahua or she will implode? Okay, well, say these words to us, because this is gonna be useful, because Charlotte is a little bit, you know? Oh yeah, we learned that one the hard way, even though we didn't fucking know her surname to begin. That, I feel like that's a really arrogant thing for someone to do. The whole don't you know who I am mentality. Well, no, I fucking don't. And you're not my superior automatically just because you've been alive for longer than me. Like, I don't mind the whole respect your elders thing, but don't confuse the definitions of respect, because there's respecting as in treating like an authority, and there's respecting as in treating like a person. And I'll respect you if you respect me, and by that I mean, I'll treat you like a person if you treat me like a person, but I won't treat you like a person if you want me to treat you like an authority. So, we know what eloped means, or, oh god, Ashley, you're dumb. So Olivia is some elopee. I'm too busy ranting about stuff, but... Well, eloping doesn't really carry the connotations of parents disapproving, it's just the general idea of running away to get married with little outside consent apart from of the marriageable ones. Semantics in any case. Oh, right, so she's her daughter. Okay, so Lucy's her niece, Olivia's her daughter. Basically don't mention anyone by name and everything's fine. You see, by basic... Oh, I was going to say, like, by basic logic you'd think, oh, just... What am I trying to say? I don't know how I'm trying to segue into this, but what I'm trying to say is, oh, Olivia, maybe she ran away to marry Matthew's father, and that's why he's disappeared himself. But maybe he was her first fling, or maybe he was neither. Maybe this is Rex Alfred we're talking about. I don't know. This feels like one of those games where everyone who has a name ends up in one big web of interrelatedness. Oh, there we go. Gilbert Buttfuck. So she fell for Gilbert Mading-Dong. And she ran away and married him. And what is this, then? Don't look at her boobs? Ah. Well, I feel like we're going to have to mention it at some point. In fact, I distinctly remember having to talk to her about the clock tower at some point, but I don't remember when that is. Well, I mean, being a direct descendant of one of the people who built it, I'd imagine you'd have a lot of memories associated with it in the first place. Yeah, there we go. It was her father that built the clock tower and the mermaid statue. So, she's going to have a lot of memories with the place anyway, and it wouldn't surprise me to hear that some of those would be bad memories, and so she'd just want to shut out the clock tower because it reminds her of days gone by. Let me guess, that was cursed as well? Because there was something else that was cursed. Was it just that was cursed? I remember there being someone talking about a curse. Might just have been to do with JC Valley and jarring Thud Fitzgerald or something. I don't remember. So, go on, tell us what's up with the clock tower. Only 5 years ago. Well, surely that's far too recent to be the reason why she doesn't want to talk about the clock tower. Then again, 5 years is 5 years, so maybe it is just that. Well, bearing in mind that's right next to the lake, do you not understand the possibility that they could have just could have just jumped into the water and swum away? Why is this? Did nobody think of this? I mean, it probably still would have done them a serious mischief to their body, but they still could have survived if they were, if they had the correct posture, and if they were jumping off there deliberately for something like this, then they'd know exactly what they're doing, so don't assume. Well, then again, well, I don't know, because your first assumption would be that maybe they were trying to off themselves, but if they didn't find a body, then surely that significantly opens the door to a load of doubt about, well, maybe they didn't die. And I don't want to know about Lucy's Hooters, thank you very much. And how fucking dare you make that many assumptions? How about you at least wait to hear who's behind the door before you go on a fucking rant, you rude old bitch. Here, oh dear. So let us in, and show us just how two-faced you can be. But she does redeem herself in the end, I am fairly certain of this. Dear, oh dear. See, this looks like the sort of house that someone like her would live in. Well, no shit, because she does live here. For a moment I thought she said dank hip. So she's very much down with the memes. I don't think she'd take too kindly. Yeah, like, there's a thing of two sides to be had here. Ashley, you should know better than to talk like someone from the 21st century around someone as set in their ways as Charlotte, but also, Charlotte, you know what the fuck she means. Don't pretend to be that dense. Fucking rude! Yes, she's not saying they have the look of being handmade without being. She's saying, I get the assumption that they are handmade from looking at them. And technically everything's handmade. Everything is made by something. But anyway, Charlotte, can you fucking drop the rudeness, please? I don't take too kindly to it. Please tell me I'm not the only one who has zero patience for people taking assumptions just based on really superficial things like, oh, you're a male, therefore you're a chauvinist pig before you even said a single word. Oh, you're a young person, therefore you don't have an education, and back in my day, oh, shut the fuck up. You don't even know him, how dare you call him a runt? Like, I just have problems with people making assumptions without saying anything. Without knowing anything in advance. Which does remind me of a thing that happened. It involved a rather nasty comment on one of my Eurovision reviews, but I'm not going to talk about it because I don't want to give them the satisfaction of me broadcasting my feelings about it, but I laughed at it because it was fucking hilarious and fucking stupid, but I'm still not going to give them the gratification of knowing that I actually reacted to what they put. Suffice it to say, their comment was thoroughly deleted, and this was ages ago anyway. I don't even remember who it was that posted it, because they're that insignificant of a person, but still. Assumptions were made by them, and it was fucking rude, but the way they worded it was just fucking hilarious. Anyway. Oh, couldn't you have just assumed that because all of you young people are, like, 8 and irrelevant? How the fuck did you know? How did you know? Did we tell you this? Oh, back in my day, we didn't make friends with people in a single day. We waited a week and then we knew them well enough. You see, that's the kind of shit you're giving here. Dear, oh dear. You see, We're nicer than you're gonna give us credit for with your fucking assumptions. Christ on a unicycle. Like, this isn't something that's necessarily, like, a personal raw nerve for me. It's just, like, this isn't based on some bad experience I've had. This is just something that generally pisses me off because it's completely unjust. And injustice in general kind of bothers me. You know, like how when Sweden won Eurovision 2 times in the space of 3 or 4 years, I never know how to consider numbers, they won in 2012 and 2015 and neither time did they deserve it. So, yes, I have no patience for injustices. Oh, have we now? Let me guess, you and your infinite wisdom, because you must be wise because you were born so fucking long ago. God, you've got me. I like you as a character, and I like your theme music. But you are such an arse at first blush, as it were. Well, just because you're not capable of dealing with shit like that doesn't mean that other people aren't. How dare you project your problems onto us? It's none of our business whether we can reunite him with his father or not. We're just there to be moral support. So how dare you tell me who I can and cannot be friends with? She's projecting. I'm sorry, am I projecting too much as well? Because it's just... her rhetoric bothers me hardcore. We're not trying to. And we'd like to help, but we're not promising anything. We're just there to be morally supportive in a time when he has fucking nobody. Don't you think you're getting a bit carried away with your assumptions, Mrs. Peach Salmon Cardigan? Chriffity Flaxħ. I have no idea what that's meant to be, but that's going to be the episode title now, and you cannot do anything about it. So yeah, sorry if you're just jealous that we can make friends and you can't. Fucking blech. Well, how about you shut the fuck up because it's none of your fucking business? You're only tangentially relevant because you taught us how to make natural medicine, and we only needed that because we didn't have any of our own. So, how about you don't be so darn fucking stubborn? You're not automatically right just because you're older. Holy shit. And just to reiterate, I don't have any problem with respecting one's elders. It's just a matter of the definition of respect. Because if she's not going to treat me like a person, I'm not going to treat her like an authority, especially if she demands that. That's some severe backpedaling right there. Rude is rude no matter how old you are. That's my stance on the matter. Be nice, and I will be nice back. I'm not saying an eye for an eye necessarily, but just be nice, and I'll definitely be nice back. That's all I'm saying. Well, we don't have any vested interest, we just want to be nice to him because we can empathise. Holy shit. And you're complaining at us for getting involved with his affairs, and you're getting so involved in ours without any invitation. Holy shit. You don't fucking say. Have I been too ranty? Would it be a bad idea for me to record more episodes while I'm in this? I'm not actually in that bad of a mood anyway. And shit, I meant to make a cup of tea and have it brewing while I was recording, and I forgot. So now at least I have an excuse to record another episode after this one. Plus we're coming up on time anyway, so... at the very least I will take a break and maybe record one more episode and then record 3 tomorrow or something, I don't know, we'll see what happens. Because it kind of... like, this game feels like it's a chore to record and edit, but it's very much like when I'm recording, I don't have a problem with it. It's just, it feels like a chore to get into the mentality of, okay, time to record another code out, and I don't mind. I like this game and it's enjoyable. It's just, there's a part of me that's like, have to record another code out, and I don't know why that is. It's probably just because I'm really hyped to play Master Quest, and so that kind of makes this seem less engaging by comparison, but they're both really good games, so... let me guess, because you're wallowing in your memories? Wallowing in your memories? Don't take fucking assumptions, you rude old cow. That looks like a picture of Abraham Lincoln just above that second drawer in the background there. You see that one there? Wait, we wanted to ask her something? But, wait, what? Ashley, you didn't tell me about this. But you had one job! You were told not to talk about it. Oh, hello, Pterosaur of Rage. I didn't expect to see you in a game like this. Well, okay then. So, we're more interested in 13 years ago, honestly. Because we're not going to say... Because I feel like the 5 years ago thing would hit harder and be more likely to provoke a response, but I'd rather go honestly, because that way we're not attacking a raw nerve of hers, despite the fact that she's done the same thing with me. Yeah, I know, Pterosaur of Rage, that's why you're here. But yeah, better to play it honest with someone as rude as this. There's no point lying, because otherwise she'll go the same way as Elizabeth, and when she finds out that we're actually 2 years younger than we claimed, she'll just be all mockful about it. Is mockful even a word? Well, it is now. Finesseful and mockful are both words.
I told you before, human. Finesseful is not a word.
Go the fuck back to sleep, Kalimvir. Why are all the reptiles invading this video? In fact, do dragons and pterosaurs count as reptiles? You know what I mean, the generally dragony, lizardy, dinosauric characters of mine. Yet more exposition of stuff that we already know. How big is that door behind her? Because it looks like it's too small. Like it's too thin and it's too short, but only just. Like you'd have to go through that door like a slice of bread. So, like, sideways and a little bit squatty. It's a bread door. That's surreal. Like, the door behind Ashley looks fine, it's just that green one behind Charlotte. It looks very... Well, you have to go through it like a slice of bread. There's no other way I can describe it. It's like that time that a friend of mine once described... I don't remember. Like, walking under a weirdly shaped bridge. He described it as having to walk like a parallelogram to get under it, and... Well, I mean, that's... not wrong, because you have to lean at a weird angle, but it's the same kind of surreal, and oh god, there are 3 keys. Ah, that was it! I knew the Lanayru province in Skyward Sword reminded me of something. It's of this. Because 3 keys, what else is the Graham family associated with that's also associated... What does the Graham family have that's connected to them that's also connected to the number 3? The moon, the rose, the sword, the toilet.
The toilet.
So, we need 3 keys, which have different symbols on them, in order to open, well, an area of significance. Be that fire, water, electricity, and the Lanayru mining facility, or a rose, a sword, and a moon, and a clock tower. Oh god, she mentioned Olivia. We're just mentioning all the taboo topics here. Let's just not pry into the specifics of Olivia. Do you have all 3? Because that would... Okay, well, actually, yes, you do have all 3 then. That's rather beneficial to us. And then you have one on your person. Do you have it... Is it in your cleavage? Is that where you're keeping it, just for safekeeping? So we have a key to get our keys. Okay. Well, this is a good point to end off then. Give us that key. But I do find it a bit strange that we need a key to get 2 more keys, so we can unlock the rights to open the door to a thing that requires keys to unlock. Oh yeah, it's going to be puzzle-tastic. I'd forgotten about this. But this is going to be... That'd be a great note to open next episode on. So, I have been and will continue to be Tessellating Hexagons, and rant over. In the next episode, I would go outside now, but I feel like we could just walk straight into another cutscene, so in the next episode, we'll go and get those keys using this key. See you then, have a nice life, goodbye, have some good fucks, you know what all the stuff I normally say, something, potato.